Hi, this is R. Vaidilingam, Assistant Professor, CK College of Engineering and Technology, Kadlur. So, in this session, we are see the discrete mathematics, which is one of the paper for BS engineering students, those who belongs to CSE department, third semester paper, right? So, in this session, we are going to discuss introduction about the discrete mathematics and the concept about logics. Okay, let's enter into the subject. Let's know what is discrete mathematics. Discrete mathematics is a study of discrete structure which are abstract mathematical model dealings with discrete objects and relationship between them is discrete mathematics, right? So why this discrete mathematics will be one of the paper for the CSE students? Because in many field of computer science the basic mathematics concept will be used. Okay, so with this help of discrete mathematics the students can able to make a correct programming. Okay, it is a thing used to translate the statement form to logic form. Okay, so those things will be discussed deeply this subject. Let's know the unit 1, it is logic and proof. Here let's know what is proposition first. A proposition is a declarative statement that is either true or false, but not both. Okay. If you are able to say any statement will be a true or false, then it will be coming under the proposition under the concept, right? So it may not be a both true or false. No statements will be like we don't found any statements which may be both true and false statements. So if a declarative statement which is either true or false, then it will be coming under the proposition concept. We just go with some examples. So Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. Yeah, it's a true statement we can able to say. So it is a proposition. Like that 1 plus 5 equal to 6. Even though see we don't have any English statements here, it is mathematical concepts. So 1 plus 5 equal to 6. We can able to say it is 6 will be a correct answer. We can say it is a true. Like the 2 plus 7 will be equal to 10 is a wrong. 2 plus 7 will be equal to 9, right? It is a false statement. Like the Delhi is in America is a false statement. Okay, now we go with the notations. So here for denoting the proposition we are going to use the notations called P, Q, R, S. This and all the notation we are going to use to denote the proposition. Like that T is the symbol you are going to use to denote the true proposition. Like the F you are going to use to denote the false proposition. Okay, so before entering into the concept you should know the some statement types. So first atomic statement, any declarative sentence which cannot be further split into a simple sentences is called atomic sentence. So we are not able to split any sentence, so then those kind of sentences will be coming under the atomic statement. For example, take Ramu is a boy. Okay, Ramu is a boy. So if we split this sentence we won't get any meaning, right? So Ramu is a boy is an atomic statement. So like that. Now we go with the compound statement. What is called compound statement? A new statement can be formed from atomic statement through the use of connectives, so such as and, or, not, and etc. The resulting statements are called molecular, or otherwise it is called compound statement. So one or two atomic statements can make a sentence. Okay, if one or two statement combinedly make a statement is called what? Compound statement. Okay, for example, you go with the example, right? Niranjan is a boy and Sita is a girl. So Niranjan is a boy is one of the atomic statement. Like that Sita is a girl is also a atomic statement. Here by using the connective and, the statement entirely will called compound statement. Okay, here the connective is and. Okay, it is a thing used to connect both the atomic statements to form a compound statement. Next, we go with the compound proposition. Many mathematical statements are constructed by combining one or more propositions. The new framed proposition is called compound proposition. So if you want to find the compound things, then we should know the connectives. Let's go with what are the connectives here. Here, the five basic connectives are represented in the table. In English language, it is denoted by and, or, not, if, then, if and only if. Okay, logically, the and is represented by conjunction, like that or is represented by disjunction, like not is represented by negation, if then will be represented by implication or conditional, like that if and only if will be represented by biconditional in logical connective form. So the types of operator and or both are coming under binary operator. If then and if and only if will be coming under binary. Here not will be coming under the ternary operator condition. The notation you are going to use, see, for and this is a symbol you are going to use. For mentioning or we are going to use logically this is a symbol. For not we can use both this one or this one, like that. If then means we have to use this arrow symbol. If and only if or biconditional we are going to use this as the symbol. Okay, right. So let's go with the truth table. So how the connective results will be giving, how we are having a connective results, by combining any two propositions, what are the results coming. Let's know what is truth table first. A table which gives truth value of a compound statement. So any table which gives you the truth value of a compound statement, which is called truth table. Okay, so in this table we are going to see the conjunction, disjunction, negation, conditional, biconditional and exclusive forms will be in a single table, right? So if you take any two sentence p q, p may be one of proposition and q may be the another proposition. These are the set of outcome results: true true, true false, false true and false false. These are the outcomes of any two propositions, right? So how, what is the conjunctions results says about? Conjunction says if two statements are true, then the conjunction will be true. If otherwise it is false. If both the statements are true, then the result of conjunction will be true, otherwise it is false. See here p q both are true, so I can say it is true, otherwise here it is false, here there's a false, here both are false, the result will be false. Like that in disjunction concern, if any one proposition will be true, then the result will be true. This is a result of disjunction. See in this case both are true, so I mentioned with true. Here proposition p is true, so the result will be true. Here proposition q will be true, the result will be true. Here both are false, then it is false. So as far disjunction concerned, if any one of the proposition will be true, then the result will be true. Okay, negation. So negation is nothing but the contra, I mean p. For p the negation values are, here we are having true true, false false, therefore negation of p will be false false, true true. Like that for q we have true false, true false, it will be false true and false true. Okay, p conditional q is if both the values are same, that means both the results of propositions are same, then the result will be true. For example, see p q are true, the result is true. Like that p q both are false, so the result will be true, otherwise it go with what the arrow represents. Here it is q, so the result of q is f and the result of q is t, so I write t here. Now you go with the biconditional. The biconditional says if both the propositions are same, then the result will be true. So both are true, then the result will be true. If both are false, even though the result will be true. If there may be change between the results of proposition, then the answer will be false. Okay, yes, like that the exclusive of p and q will be if both are true, I mean even see if both are same, it is nothing but a negation of b pi condition q actually as per my thought. So if both are same, then the result will be false, otherwise the result will be true. See here for both are true, both are false. If same, the result will be false false. There may be change happens, then the result will be true. This is exclusive in nature. Let's go with next concept, the translating English sentences to logical expressions. So this is a very important thing. In this aspect only, this subject took a very important role in computer science. How will we translate any sentences to logical expression? So you can access the internet from the campus only if you are a computer science major or you are not a freshman. See, first we have to find how many statements are connected here. See, you can access the internet from the campus. See, only if came. It is one of the connective. So up to this one statement. You are a computer science major, or since art took place. So this is another statement. You are not a freshman. See, since not will be takes place, so it is a another statement. So here I found that there will be two sentences are behind this, two propositions. So one is I have mentioned with the letters A, B, C. A, you can access the internet from campus. This may be taken as A. And B, you are a computer science major. That will be taken as B proposition. Like that, C, you are a freshman. But in our question, we are having you are not a freshman. So C is you are a freshman. The negation C will be you are not a freshman. Now see, I am going to write this sentence in a logical expression way. See, you can access the internet from the campus. I wrote A. Only if. For only if, we are going to represent the symbol this one. I used that. Okay, if condition came, this both the thing comes under the same. You are a computer science major, that is B, or so I used to represent this symbol. And negation C, not a freshman, right? So I used to write negation C. This is a logical expression for this given statement. So guys, we just go through some other um, same concepts of translating the sentences to logical expressions in upcoming videos. So thank you one and all.